Hey guys, it's About Beer 30. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. Guys, I've had this particular beer, which is a Southern Tier Brewing Back Burner. Doesn't have a year or vintage on the bottle. I think it was probably before they were dating anything. And when I tried to research it and try to find out what year it was, I had no success. Seemed like everything from 2012 or 13 on was listed as oak age, and this one is not. And everything before that was listed had the wrong ABV. This is a 10%er, not a 9.5, not a 10.5. It is a 10%er. So I don't know what the vintage is on this one. This is before I was putting any kind of dating when I bought it, or whoever sent it to me. I actually bought this one long time ago. So I don't know what the vintage is, but it is a 10%er back burner, not oak aged or anything like that. So it's their regular plain Jane version. And on the side of the bottle here it says 10%, 2-row pale malt, light and dark caramel malt. Kettle hops were Chinook, aroma hops were Willamette, and dry hops were Amarillo and Centennial. And this is a barley wine, big 22-ounce bomber. So not seen a bunch of their beers around here lately. I think the distribution changed on that. I've mentioned that before on some of the other Southern Tier beers. They are still in business, and they are still producing beers. I just don't see a lot of them around here anymore. So with that being said, just be aware that the Beer Advocate has it listed at 10.5, and some of the other ones, like on Untapped, for the 2009 and 10s, are listed at 9.5 or 9.6%. So I don't know what vintage this is. I couldn't find a 10%er listed. So with that being said, it is what it is, and we'll base those grades that the Beer Advocate and Untapped are giving for this beer with a grain of salt, because the ABV is not correct. So, and I don't know what this is, what year it is. So with that being said, I don't have IBUs or anything listed for the beer, and don't know the dating of it. I just know I've had it for a long time. It's been down in the fridge for 8 to 10 years probably. So that being said, it's time. Let's get this to a 22-ounce open and get it into the glass. Like this. A little bit of smoke coming out. And being a 10%er, let's go down the center and see what we get. Let's see if it's going to produce a monster head. I don't think it's going to. It's a very cola-colored beer coming out of the bottle. About a finger of head on that pour. That's about appropriate. That's about all I want to see on a beer when I pour it. A nice red mahogany color. Very clear. Definitely a filtered beer. A little bit of bubbles coming up from the bottom of the glass. Looks pretty good for a barley wine. To the nose we go. Smells very typical for barley wine and roasted malt. I'm getting hints of big sweetness on it. Maybe hints of caramel and toffee. Not getting a lot of anything else, any kind of dark fruits or anything like that on it. But it does have the typical barley wine notes, the malt and the caramel and toffee, and big time sweetness on the back end. Smells very nice. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Very pleasant. Very pleasant. very typical of what I expect from a barley wine that's not oak aged, barrel aged, or anything like that. And on the bottle here, it says store in a cool place, serve in a snifter, best at 42 degrees. Well, that's about where it's at right now. Very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. But we're going to let it warm up. We're going to let it come up to room temperature, 70 degrees, and while I sip on it, and we'll come back for the final chug and grade after it's warmed up and see if I can detect anything else other than what I've just told you. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping up for a while. Didn't leave any lacing on the glass. I don't know if it has an effect on what I'm going to give it or anything. It's a decent beer, guys. It's not off the chain or outstanding or anything like that, but a decent barley wine. It has all the typical notes that you're going to expect from a barley wine, and I think it's cellared fairly well. But maybe the stuff they're brewing now is going to have a little bit better taste and be more impressive for the style. Seems to be fairly smooth drinking for 10%. I do think the beer is cellared very well. Very typical or average notes from a barley wine. If it was a bourbon barrel version or something that had been done in some kind of oak chips or something, maybe it might be a little better than what I'm getting here, but decent beer. I mean, I think I could cellar something a little tastier than this, but it is what it is. Final chug. Decent beer, guys. I think it is a well-made beer. It's very typical for the style, for something that's not been barrel aged or done with any kind of oak spirals or chips or anything like that. But definitely not to the 10 category. I've had better. I do think it's well made. I wish it had a date on it, or I'd put something on it when I bought it, and I did not, and it does not. So hopefully they're doing something better than that now, with some kind of dating or vintage or something like that on it. But it is what it is. Like I said, I do think it's a well-made beer, and the alcohol is very well hidden, and it seems very typical for the style, but nothing above average. A- for me, guys. I'm going to give it a 90 on this one. It did cellar well. I don't think it would have been any tastier if I'd have done it fresh than it is right now. So with that being said, like I said, Beer Advocate and both Untapped has different ABVs for the year, and I don't know what year it is. Being honest, I couldn't find a 10%er listed, and it may be older than a 2009. I don't have any idea. But like I said, it is what it is. 90 for me on this one, and like I said, when I went up to Beer Advocate, they have a 10.5 listed for a 2015. That's not going to be accurate because I know the beer is older than that, and they gave it a 4.02, which is also in their A- scale. And Untapped, I looked at a 2009 on them, and they have it at 9.6, which is not correct either, but they don't have any grades on it, so I don't know. I guess nobody's had that beer or posted anything from that site. I don't even know if Untapped was around in 2009 or not. But anyway, basically I'm on my own on this one, so it is what it is, guys. I don't know what vintage to tell you. If you've had one, to let me know. So it is what it is. It's I don't know what year it is, but it is a 10%er. Back burner from Southern Tier. If you've had a 10%er from them, it would probably be an older beer like this one is. Let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.